Now from Boston's Rami Houri. He's a distinguished fellow at the American University of Beirut. Thank you very much for joining us here on Al Jazeera. So we knew the president was going to chair the Board of Peace. We have some well-known names on there as well. What is your reaction to the people who will be appointed to this board?
Well, you have to really see what they're going to do to be fair to them. You really need to judge people by their actions, so we'd have to wait on that. But judging from their background, what they've done in the past and the positions they've held and the organizations they've been involved with, this is a very, very Israel-friendly group of people, a very capital finance-friendly group of people, and a totally blind group of people to the equal rights of Palestinians with Israelis. That's judging them on their past. Let's wait to see what they do, but I don't think the signs are very good. I think this is this Board of Peace, and it's not just the members, also there's two senior advisors, Aryeh Lightstone and Josh Gruenbaum, who've been appointed, and these are very, very friendly to Israel. One is pro-settlement rabbi, ex-advisor to the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv. These are people who care deeply about Israel and have served it well, and they have the right to do that. But they can't also be expected. They can't expect to be taken as impartial activists on a Board of Peace that's supposed to look at Palestinian and Israeli rights simultaneously. So I think this is going to go down in history as the equivalent of the Balfour Declaration that the British did in 1917, which promised to support a Jewish home in Palestine, which was 93% Arabs. This is similarly skewed in that respect as well, I think. But so let's see what they do. But I'm not very hopeful. And all of the members of the board are either proven to be very friendly to Israel and pretty oblivious to Palestinian rights, and also very few of them have serious foreign policy action or experience. So it's not an impressive situation, but it's pretty much keeping in line with what the Trump-Kushner team has done over the years with Marco Rubio and Steve Witkoff and Tony Blair. This is what they've done consistently, and this is in keeping with their tendency that this is a movement, this is a process designed to help Israel achieve its political goals in the region, some of which are reasonable, like to live in security, but some of which are not reasonable and are rather predatory, which is to dominate much of its territory that surrounds it and have nobody oppose them.
So taking your point that perhaps that is the past and we should see how they work going forward, the Board of Peace, it appears, as Mike was telling us, will be overseeing this Palestinian technocratic authority that will, it seems to be the force that works closely on the ground. How do you see these pieces working together then, if that's your initial assessment of the Board of Peace?
That's going to depend heavily on, first of all, what Trump pushes them to do. Trump is the key actor here, which is good and bad. We don't have time to get into the details. But so he might decide to push them to get going and calm things down and stop the killing and the suffering. We don't know. He's indicated in the past that he's interested in a peaceful region. He has not indicated that he's interested in a region where equal rights are given to Palestinians and Israelis. We'll have to wait on that. But the technocratic committee, the administration committee for Gaza, will not have any significant unless there is, again, not a very good sign, but we just have to wait and see what they do. An important element here is the role of the mediators, the Turks, the Qataris, the Egyptians. If they get more involved and they keep pushing the point that they've been pushing all along, which is you're only going to have a peaceful region in Gaza, all of Palestine, all the Middle East and Israel, if the Palestinians are treated decently and have a say in this process. The Americans who are doing this operation are are playing a form of what is called in the United States fantasy football, where they take real football players and make fantasy teams out of them and have fantasy games and make bets and make or lose money. This is fantasy diplomacy, where they're using real people, Palestinians, Israelis, Americans, Egyptians, and others, and coming up with these grandiose plans and ideas that are really in the realm of fantasy more than any realistic possibility of achieving an equitable and just peace that would give the Israelis and the Palestinians what they deserve, their rights for statehood and security and sovereignty and prosperity. It's not going to come through groups of people who have indicated that they want to help one side more than the other. But, people change also, so we have to wait and see. Maybe some of these people will see the realities and come to different conclusions as they learn about the realities.
Rami, we appreciate you joining us from Boston. Rami Khouri from the American University of Beirut. Thank you.
Thank you, Riley.